There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
And you look at Durant, the second most votes in the Eastern Conference have gone his way. He'll be a starter for sure.
And that's a byproduct of not just his talent, but of the effort he's put in this season. Nobody works harder than this guy.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets returned to relevance last season after their ill-fated 2013 trade with Boston cost them years of first-round draft picks. D'Angelo Russell was their first All-Star in half a decade, and in 2019 they made the playoffs. You've got to give credit to this front office for building a roster without a lot of top picks. Kevin?
Really making the most of not having much to work with. Thank you, D.A. And in tonight's game, pride definitely bred at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006, which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive matches.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? We kind of took care of it.
So the New York starting 5, Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. And for Brooklyn, Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. And it's Jordan in at the 5. And here are the Nets. Here's LeVert. Randall grabs the board. Here's Knox, guarded by Prince. Smith the pass to Robinson. And here's Barrett. Out to Smith. Shoots. Here's Barrett. 23 points for him the last game against Washington.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game. Now, he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Offensive rebound. Randall. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Irving attacking.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And not much of a surprise there. Kyrie, one of the better free throw shooters in the game, and so hard to guard without fouling.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Knicks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And Barrett slams it in.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
For New York, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Knox the pass to Smith. Tries from the block, and again it's New York. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Irving. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Kyrie not backing away from the contact there. In fact, welcoming that one tricked you into it.
Now Smith. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Washington.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Now here is Smith. His 3-pointers off the mark. Irving looking for an opening. Here's Jordan. Pass to LeVert from deep. Knicks with the rebound. Last time they met in New York.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Smith with it, guarded now by Irving. Barrett, no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. LeVert the pass to KD. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And that's good. Karis LeVert for 3.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Knicks trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Randall. New York, no good that time either. Looking at the Knicks, they took the win in their last game against the Wizards. Here's Irving. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, a lot of rough times for Irving in his final year with the Celtics. Opted out, and obviously Greg wanted a change.
And quickly zeroed in on Brooklyn as a destination. His time in Boston had clearly come to an end by the finale of last season. Now joins up with a new stacked team in Brooklyn.
First free throw is good. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Well, no secret that the Knicks were planning for a massive free agency and a free agent signing this past summer. They cleared a lot of cap space, and we're hopeful that their draft choice would be that #1 slot. It did not come to fruition. Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
The pass to LeVert. On the wing, Irving. No good on the 3. And a lot of people, Brent, feel that without a doubt, the Knicks are still a destination for free agents.
Well, to vacation, it seems like, Kevin, because not a lot of the free agents are signing to play basketball in New York City. You know, they put a lot of faith in that idea that it's the #1 market and the best place to live, and you can make a lot of money off the court. But over the past 10 years, we have not seen much action out of New York City.
Now, here is Irving. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Clock at 6. Fires from the line. And that one goes long.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Now, here's Barrett. LeVert defending, and Barrett gets it to go.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Prince outside. Pass to KD. A floater. He's off on that one. The Knicks go the other way with it. Shoots from 12. Knox misses. Brooklyn's gone 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Durant dishes to Irving. Kicks it out to Prince. With his first shot attempt. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
Here's Smith. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And here is Durant. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. Passes it to LeVert. Pass to Irving. Over Smith. He sinks the 11-footer. 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
New York trailing. There's the pass to Barrett. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Out to Chandler. Back to Dinwiddie. Offline with his 3. New York's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And it's sent back by Allen. Dinwiddie surveying the 4. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Trier. He had 13 points in the win against Washington. Pass to Harkless. And it's sent back by Allen. Here's Gibson. Lays it up off the glass. Gibson's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
Gibson using his body on the boards. He's great at using his timing to leap up and collect a second chance.
Harris outside. Passes to Allen. Chandler outside. Harkless with the steal. It's deflected. Here's Portis. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And that one misses. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Dinwiddie. No points in the game yet for him. Chandler, the pass to Harris. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
That's tipped. And now it's Chandler running. He can go all the way. And Chandler throws it down.
And dangerous as Chandler gets out in transition, gets ahead of the pack to finish one off.
New York's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Dotson kicks to Harkless. Pass to Trier. Gibson with it. And it's blocked. Harris looking it over. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Nets lead by 2. .158 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Dotson, guarded by Harris. Dotson can't hit.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
1:36 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Trier, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Harkless. Got a piece of it, but they recover. This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. Number 1, the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
And he makes the first.
Tons and tons of playing time to be had in New York for Coach Fizdale. Second-round players, second-chance players. A lot of these guys are going to get their shot. Of course, R.J. Barrett, the guy they're going to lean on most to see what he's capable of doing and how quickly he can learn. But the Knicks have a ton of developing to do this year.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. 1:10 left in the first. Here's Claxton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And last season, Brent, guys like Robinson, Dotson, and Moutier, they all got to see the floor for the Knicks.
Yeah, those moments helped, although all of those guys are not back with the Knicks this coming season. But that younger talent getting out on the NBA floor for actual NBA minutes could help them to play a pivotal role moving forward for those players.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. That one is no good. Knicks trail by 3. Dotson kicks to Harkless. And he uses the glass on the layup.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Dinwiddie with it. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Shot clock at 6. And Gibson sends it back.
Taj Gibson doing a good job of just getting the hands up, and then the instincts come into play with the block.
Dotson can't hit. Dotson's gone 1 of 4 from the field. And Dinwiddie with the basket on the assist from Harris. And the Nets lead by 3.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
New York's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Here's Trier. Dinwiddie covering. Left side, Portis. Excellent D there from Allen.
And pulled out all the stops to fight his way inside, but the D just was not giving in.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets out in front. They're up by 3. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
On the court for the Knicks, Harkless is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Bobby Portis, and it's Trier in at the point. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And there's the pass to Harris. Gibson with the steal. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. The shot by Harkless, no good. The Nets with the lead. Here's Harris. No good that time. Great D that time from Gibson. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. To the paint. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got 6. All the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you.
Showing some imagination that time on offense. Smith Jr. mixing it up with the defenders.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Harris. Back to Dinwiddie. Great D that time from Portis. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for New York. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
Yeah, I'm not sure if their last game was a basketball game or a wrestling match, the way they went about it. Just so physical and dominated there.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
For 3. Good on the three-point shot. That's 7 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Passes it to Barrett. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
The energy Barrett plays with puts defenders on their heels. He's really good at forcing the opposition's hand.
It's his first trip to the line.
And so far this season, it's been average at best at the line, only 71% as a shooter.
And that one falls for Barrett. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And before his scary foot dislocation in November of 2018, Karis LeVert enjoying a breakout season. Greg even garnering some most improved buzz around the NBA.
Yeah, and fortunately, the injury not as bad as it looked initially. Yeah, he's looking to continue that impressive trajectory.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
The free throw drops for Smith. Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
A 9th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, Smith Jr. made the NBA's all-rookie team after a very solid first year in Dallas, averaging 15 points and 5 assists, and he sure is not looking to stop there.
Prince finds Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Barrett. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Putting that speed to great use. Once Barrett gets a step on the D, good night.
Prince outside. Pass to LeVert. Smith against Irving. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
How about the body control that time of Kyrie Irving? Absorbs the contact, stays focused, not going to be denied down there.
Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because That's their competitive advantage.
Right.
And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor.
Exactly.
And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. The Knicks have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
He's off on the first. And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 10. Jordan against Robinson. Here's Prince. Shoots from the right block. Uses the glass to drop it in. Prince has got his first bucket of the night.
And just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
The Knicks with the lead.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
The Knicks have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. Well, he might be an aging veteran in the NBA, but DeAndre Jordan is still terrifying for defenders when he's going up for the alley-oop.
Well, he's such a great target still on the roll situation. You combine his length and athleticism now with the know-how and his tenure in the league, and DeAndre Jordan still can be an elite finisher on the inside.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Outside Irving. The pass to LeVert. It's Jordan on the wing. Here's Irving in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Knicks. Shoots over LeVert. And he overshot that one, missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Prince, right side. And he hits it to tie the game up. Prince has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Here's Knox. 11-point game his last outing. Pass to Smith. Rebounded by the Nets. 3 on 3. Here's Prince. Feeds it to Jordan. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. So they take the lead. Durant's got 5.
KD gets down into the block and a little shoulder shimmy and moves away from the defense. No way to get to that shooting window.
Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
I love the aggressiveness. He's been on fire the entire first half and continues to strike while the iron's hot.
Now here's Durant. He has 5. Outside Irving. Left side Jordan. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And how about a look at the most recent power rankings? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. Look at the Kings. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, for the Nets, they are well beyond where we thought they'd be at this point in the season, making incredible strides and maintaining their momentum.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against Atlanta. Barrett with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. Here's Randall. Robinson passes to Randall, and Durant sends it back.
An extremely fluid athlete with sneaky explosiveness. It's a wonder Durant doesn't block more shots.
Another shot, and he hits the jump shot. KD's got 4 points this quarter.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
New York's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Bounce pass Smith. Here's Barrett. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's LeVert. Jordan trying to free himself up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Have you seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season?
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next half.
And some of that we know it can happen with injuries to a star player, and you just are dismantled. But a lot of times,
like the Pacers with Oladipo, they were a different team the last quarter of the season.
It's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you, and you start to feel like, oh well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games, no problem. Well, the league figures you out, and a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
On the clock, LeVert kicks to Prince. Misses the 3. And for the Knicks, they're shooting 40% from the field. Here's Trier, guarded by Prince. Trier passes to Knox. Over Irving. And the basket by Knox. Knox has got his second basket of the night.
The defense not bothering Kevin Knox on that play.
Now Irving. He's got 12. Durant finds Prince. Rebounded by Knox.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't. Kevin Knox was a bit of a mixed bag in his rookie season, and that's to be expected on a team that didn't have a tremendous amount of consistent talent on the floor. He struggled with his scoring and showed some flashes shooting the ball. It'll be interesting in year 2 where it is that Kevin Knox has made some improvements in the offseason.
And with Knox, Brent, the athleticism is clearly there.
Oh, he can get up and down with the best of them and can rise up and do some exciting things, but for Kevin Knox, it's about consistency. Can he get to some spots on the floor where every night he's capable of making plays, whether that's for him or doing something off the bounce? That's the next step for Kevin Knox.
Here's Trier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Knox. Can't hit that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Durant, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's Irving. He's got 14. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
We've got 1:23 left in the first half of basketball. Trier passes to Knox. 13 feet away, and it's in there.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Outside Irving. It's Durant on the wing. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, Katie doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever.
2 shots.
Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
The free throw drops for Durant.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Portis, he's checked in for New York. Reese Harkless comes in for Kevin Knox. And both free throws good for Durant.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Harkless. Ring shot on the way. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. Dinwiddie outside. Here's Claxton. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Portis. From outside, off the mark. Here's Dinwiddie. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 4-point Nets lead.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Here's Portis. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
They were really efficient on offense. Shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the 3, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. 3rd quarter, just about ready to begin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Jordan in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. LeVert the pass to Jordan, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Not easy to cover DeAndre Jordan when he's that deep inside, nearly impossible to stop.
The Nets have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line. And the second free throw, good. Knicks trail by 5. Smith on the wing, and it's Smith finishing it off.
Good job of change of speed, and then his ability athletically just burns the defense. Dennis Smith Jr., beautiful play.
Prince outside. And the pass to LeVert. Jordan trying to free himself up. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 6.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
Halftime talks can go all over the board, but right there coming out, that's the way you want to start the half. Be aggressive.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. Now, he doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Here's Knox after Taurean Prince's bucket. 90 seconds now into the second half. Knocked loose, stolen by LeVert. Durant attacking, and then Durant with the dunk.
That's a big-time finish. KD dunking all over the defense.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Inside, here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now, here is Irving. 16 points for him. He kicks it to Prince. Pass to Durant. 5 on the clock. Here's Jordan. The feed to KD. Outside Irving. Over Robinson. The shot missing. The Knicks go the other way with it. Jordan the pass to KD. Outside Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. No one near Smith as he lets it go. The quick look, no good that time.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out trying to win this game.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good for Irving. Knicks trail by 9. Smith surveying the D. He feeds it to Barrett. Some solid defense there from Irving. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Second chance shot. Here's Jordan. Passes it to LeVert. Got a piece of it. Goes up again. And what a play. Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Yeah, the man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Irving kicks to Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Here's Smith. 9 points in the game so far. Looking to get back on track here. Great D that time from Durant.
And they continue to control the glass.
To the inside. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Irving's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn. For New York, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Down low. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Taurean Prince has such a great motor, and the physical nature of his play, you got to appreciate that aggressiveness.
And the 6'8" forward Taurean Prince showing continued improvement at the offensive end.
In the system that he played in for the Atlanta Hawks, Taurean Prince was known as a good two-way player. With his length and his ability to defend, he's going to be a great complement to scorers like Kyrie Irving and Spencer Dinwiddie.
And so he makes both from the line.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Smith dishes to Randall. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Taurean Prince.
An expanding offensive game for Julius Randle, as the first few years he was driving in with his head down and not able to finish around taller players on the interior part of defenses. But last year, tremendous finisher, added some three-point shooting, and was much better from the mid-range. He becomes a bit of a matchup nightmare if he's got all 3 of those things working.
That free throw good from Randall. And Brent, the blend of strength, agility, and speed makes Randall a handful when he's going downhill.
He's dangerous around the rim, Kevin, and if he's got a live dribble where he's caught the ball around the elbow or the top of the key and could put the ball down on the deck and get up to speed, he becomes tough to guard. Be really interesting if the Knicks can explore him in some transition opportunities, getting out on the break where he might be able to rebound and push it out, a la a Draymond Green type of play.
Now here's Jordan. Here's Irving. Right side, Kevin Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these 2 teams in that area.
Here's Smith. 9 points in the game so far. Lobbed up there for Durant. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Allen.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now, here is Smith. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Randall really improved in his shooting range from 10 to 16 feet last year, and that just makes him so much more a complete offensive threat in any system he plays in.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Randall. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Karis LeVert. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Bobby Portis is checked in for Robinson. Now here's Durant. He's got 15. To the wing on the left. Here's Dinwiddie. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Knicks trail by 13. Smith on the wing, covered by Irving. Durant with the steal. Randall brings the double team. Poked loose. And another turnover here by Brooklyn. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Saturday, They'll start out on the road and play the Rockets in Houston. Then on Monday, they'll be playing the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And for that Raptors game, even though they should get the win, I would expect it to be a bit of a battle. Just because they are favored doesn't mean it's an automatic W.
Now here is Smith. He's got 9. Six on the shot clock. New York, no good that time either.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Knicks trail by 13. Here's Barrett, and Jordan sends it back.
And Jordan, a defensive stalwart, crushing the opposition with his shot blocking.
Durant kicks to Chandler. Irving from long range. The Knicks pull it in. Knox has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Randall. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by the Nets. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Feel like the jump ball triggered Kyrie Irving. He's been on it with tremendous effort from the beginning.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
So both teams changing it up here. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. 5th best, the Nets.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Dotson. Portis trying to free himself. Dotson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Well, it was a season of rebuilding, and Damian Dotson was certainly a bright spot for the Knicks, a guy that just loves to let it fly, and he found his way into some minutes after some roster turnover and made the best of his chances for Coach Fizdale.
Both good from the line that time. And for Dotson, Brent, it's not always easy for second-round picks to find the chance to increase their role.
Yeah, you wonder, Kevin, if being a second-round pick isn't the thing we should be talking about. It's about Dotson spending 4 years in college and coming in with a more mature perspective so that when the opportunity arose for him to take advantage, he would do so. Looks like he's found a spot in the league.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Brooklyn leading by 11. Here now is Dinwiddie. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Trier. From the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Harris outside. Over in the corner, Chandler. And it's off from 3-point range. Knicks trail by 13. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Right side, Portis. It's stolen by Allen. In transition, here come the Nets. Harris passes to Claxton.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Spencer Dinwiddie. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
That free throw missing. It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
If we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. Here's Allen. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 6 rebounds in the game. To the middle. It's stolen by Allen. Here's Claxton, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Knicks trail by 14. Here's Dotson. Allen with the rebound.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
No good on the free throw.
Whether Wilson Chandler has started or whether he's come off the bench, he's accepted a role and been beneficial for the coaching staff.
The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. So he comes up empty, missing both. Knicks trail by 14. There's Trier with the 3. It's hauled in by Harris. Brooklyn's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Dinwiddie's shot is off. New York shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Here's Dotson, and Chandler sends it back. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And New York with a change here, too. Barrett's checked in. .153 left in the third quarter. Here's Trier. He's covered by Irving. He gets that one. Trier's got his third basket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Dinwiddie outside. Back to Irving. Right side, Jordan. Harris, right side. 4 on the shot clock. Over Harkless. They get it again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 14.
Well, Jordan just wreaking havoc on the rim now.
Trier passes to Harkless. Gibson against Allen. And Gibson kicks to Portis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And New York making a change here. Payton's checked in. Good on the second free throw. 56 seconds left in the third. Wound up there for Allen. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. 15-point game. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Shots good by Gibson.
Gibson got that shot off pretty quick there, ready to pull as the ball was approaching.
Here's Irving, following the score by Taj Gibson. Irving passes to Dinwiddie. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Harkless on the wing. 15 seconds left to play in the third. Inside. Fader on the way, and that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. 3-pointer, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Nets. They lead by 13. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Nets leading by 13 on the court for the Knicks. They've got Taj Gibson. Smith is out there with Barrett. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Harkless in at the 3. Prince misses. The Knicks shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
Recognizing spacing on the floor there, Dennis Smith Jr. with a nice job of delivering.
Irving with it. Now Smith defending. Prince outside. He dishes it to Allen. Over Gibson. Great D that time from Gibson.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Knicks trail by 11. Smith outside, looking to get it going. Good D by Irving.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Left side, Jordan. And stolen by Portis. Here's Barrett. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. LeVert with it. Here's Prince. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got his 5th assist in this one. Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Smith in the posts. LeVert defending. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Harkless. New York, no good that time either.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
No good from Irving. Knicks trail by 13. Now here's Harkless. Kept alive. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Then for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Portis. Randall comes in for Taj Gibson. And Kevin Knox is subbed in for Harkless. It's Prince on the wing. It's deflected.
Great timing as Knox gets up there and blows that one out.
And the foul called on Jared Allen. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Knicks have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Pass to Barrett. Deflected by KD.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Allen. Makes it off the glass. And the Nets lead by 13.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Now here is Smith. No good. Some solid defense there from Irving. Durant trying to break free. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's foul number 2 for him. Knicks trail by 13. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And he recovers it. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Oof, rough game offensively. He's really struggled and really probably why they're trailing.
No good that time. So New York will take it the other way.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Nets leading by 13. KD passes to Allen. It's stolen by Randall. Now Barrett. Smith outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jared Allen.
Putting that athleticism to good use. Dennis Smith Jr. explosive and overwhelmed the defense that time.
And he's good on the second. Here's Irving. Kicks it to Prince. Allen outside. Back to Prince for the 3. Randall grabs the board. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
And Randall throws it down.
And something about watching lefties who can get up like that just looks different, doesn't it, Kevin?
Nets leading by 10. It's taken away by Smith. And a fast break now for New York. Smith with the ball. Knox the pass to Randall. Back to Knox. Irving with the steal. The pass to LeVert. That one is off. And he sinks the second. Knicks trail by 11. Here's Barrett. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. It's good. 17 points for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, it's been years and years of coaches trying to figure out how you stop Kevin Durant. He's so long, so agile, and too good.
Here's Smith. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Nets lead by 15.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
So it's the Knicks now, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Barrett, no good.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
LeVert the pass to KD. Stolen by Robinson. And now the Knicks on the break. Knox with the ball. Over Prince. Tips it. It's good on the putback. 24 points for R.J. Barrett.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
I think Mitchell Robinson is one of those guys. We saw it last year. He might get 4 or 5 blocks a game. So many players tempted to shoot outside shots because Mitchell would play off of them, and then quickly he would get to them and deflect the shot. So incredible quick twitch fibers and quick to the ball to make an impact defensively.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
And with Robinson, if he played a full 40 minutes every game, Brent, his block numbers would be outstanding.
Look at you, Kevin, digging into the per 36 minutes statistics. I like it. He's a great rim protector. He has great activity down there. And if he can stay with the game plan, I think Coach Fizdale is going to find ways to give him more minutes in this season.
Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Here's Jordan, banked in off the glass. And the Nets lead by 13.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
The Knicks shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Smith kicks to Robinson. They get a hand on it. Stolen by LeVert. Here's Prince. Here's Irving. Pass to KD. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Durant's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, Kevin Durant over the past couple seasons has been in the top 5 of the best mid-range shooters in the league.
Knicks trail by 15. Smith outside.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Smith. And he can't hit the second. Nets leading by 14. And here's LeVert. He kicks it to Prince. Takes the 3. Tries again. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Well, the way that DeAndre has built up his body over the last few years, he's gone from a raw and skinny prospect to a guy that you can't move around on the inside anymore.
Here's Knox. The dish now to Barrett. Back to Knox. Rebound, Brooklyn. Prince has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Katie, here we go. Comes up empty down low. Knicks trail by 17. Barrett dishes to Robinson. And the dunk by Robinson.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Durant with it. Out defended by Randall. And it's Irving missing. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Knicks. Looking to end his cold spell. Basket counts. Smith's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Nets leading by 13. Irving passes to Jordan. Irving against Smith. Pass to KD. Jacks up a 3. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Knox the pass to Smith. There's the 3. Knox misses. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
This is what Durant does best, a natural-born scorer, and that combination of size, speed, and length can't slow it down.
Here's Smith. Randall outside. Right side Robinson. Smith for 3. But they get it back.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
Shot clock at 5, and it's blocked by Jordan. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Knicks trail by 18. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And that one misses. He hits the 2nd from the line. Nets leading by 17. Pass to LeVert. Now here's Jordan. Now the pass to Prince. Here is Durant. 6 to shoot. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Smith against Irving. Smith kicks to Barrett. Shoots from the elbow. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And that's now 6 points for Robinson.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. So it's the Knicks now after the miss from KD. And the basket by Knox.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for KD.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Now, here's Barrett. LeVert defending.
So quick and decisive. Barrett's speed and fearlessness is hard to match up against when you're defending.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Born in Toronto, Barrett joins a talented group of Canadians who have entered the NBA ranks.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Taj Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Dennis Smith. 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Temple, right wing. Here's Karuch. Lays it up and banks it in.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Payton outside. And he banks in the layup.
Good show of confidence. Payton looking good, trying his luck from the interior that time.
Here's Temple. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.